Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar, and thank you for joining us this morning.
That's right. Thank you. And we know that you're loving the morning because, hey, it's a little chilly out there.
Oh, it's so nice.
It is.
It is going to get us into the mood for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're told it's going to be a day or two that we get a nice cool temperature.
Yeah. You know what I love about cold fronts, Mar? How, especially around this time, how clear the skies are.
Yeah.
And especially the nights. The nights are so clear and they're so beautiful. I love that about it. We're so thankful for the weather, of course. It's beautiful out there.
It is a very nice day. I know you're going to be tempted to stay in bed, so if you're watching from bed, please get up. It is now 6:30. It's time to get your day started.
I know somebody. I know somebody tempted. Normally, they would bring me here.
There you go. We have our first one. I'm here, but I understand what it's like to be in your shoes. And when it's extra cold, it just feels even cozier to stay in bed.
Yeah.
And we still got to get through. This is gonna feel, I think, universally like the longest week ever. Usually Christmas week is shorter.
Yeah.
And so it's like road trips where you just have this anticipation.
Can't
Are
wait.
we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, we're closer.
We're closer indeed. We are.
2 days, 2.5, well, today, 3 days,
3 days
away from Christmas.
Yeah.
So we're almost there.
We're almost there. It's December 22nd, just about 3 days to go. And we know that there'll be a lot of, I don't want to say late minute shoppers. Some folks might just have gotten some money yesterday, just have gotten some money today. And they, it's what they're able to do, to go on out to get some shopping done. Here in the city, the traffic could get, my goodness.
Yeah.
But if you're planning on going somewhere to buy something, then it's best for you to go very early, simply because the traffic congestion is one that you need to bear with. And I've seen it, being that I'm always downtown. I've seen it countless times. Yesterday was one of those days. Saturday to me was the craziest day. This past Saturday, everybody piled up.
Well, I was sure that this
Everybody.
weekend was going to be too crazy, so I made sure I got what I could get during the week.
Thank you. I did the same thing.
And I could then
same thing. And it was,
free to not have to venture out into the crowds.
Oh my goodness.
I think we've talked about this before. I think since COVID, I see crowds and it gives me a level of anxiety. And, I think it's something that we all have to be cautious of.
Yeah.
But it's expected. This time of year it gets great. I remember working on Regent Street and heading out for news. You had to plan ahead of time because all the shoppers were going to be out on Albert, and you'd have bumper to bumper traffic along the way.
It spells two different things for me, Mar. For the fact that, yes, we're in a pandemic and it could be scary, a scary sight being out there at downtown and seeing a lot of people. A downtown area, and now, of course, in the Belama area, whereby a lot of folks would probably hit up Mirab, and but that's one. Two, the how the economy is trying to rebound, and how here at home we're patronizing our businesses, and that for me is the plus. I know, yes, it is something when it comes to the entire pandemic. Yes, it is something, but the best thing about it, of course, we've got businesses that are trying to make some money. The more they make, the better it is for business. We've got some more jobs. That's what I see.
No, and you know what? I think hopefully next year, when we are able to say that we have passed through the worst of this pandemic, that we'll be able to look back, and I'll say one thing for sure will always stand out. Just how many Belizeans have ventured into becoming entrepreneurs, taking a big jump. Some leaving their work and some
Yeah.
doing it as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But they have done so to come up with some really innovative ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't here last week. Kojak made a keto rompopo. We thought vegan would be as wild as as he'd get.
Yeah.
But he did a keto for all those people who are on the keto
Yeah,
diet.
yeah.
And
I saw that one.
It really just shows us just how people are being innovative, and most importantly, not only are these Belizeans or you stepping out and trying to be entrepreneurs, but they're also getting support.
They're very, and glad that you went there again, because this is one of the things that we've been preaching ever since the start of the pandemic. We know that a lot of people will have been losing their jobs, right? We know that, but we also knew that a lot of people were coming on stream with finding new ways of making business. We've seen pizza, we've seen this, we've seen that, and now, of course, we're seeing keto, rompopo. But Belizeans are actually patronizing it, because we've been preaching such thing ever since the start. And so therefore, like for instance, a big thing, local tourism. This is the next thing that's going on there. And there are a lot of Airbnb, so businesses are trying their best to boom. But this will only work if left up to me and you, all right? Because we need to support. We need to support each other. As long as we can do that, then our MSMEs and, of course, our bigger businesses, Marlene, will be flourishing, our economy will flourish, and so therefore it means much more jobs and food on the table. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Which brings me to...
That's I think one of the highlights that we continued to see this year in 2021. We started seeing in 2020.
Beautiful.
I mean, we've had so many.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think back. We had the special fries. Remember they did? They put something odd on it. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
The amount of people that we've had traffic through here, I can barely. Skincare lines, body scrubs, donuts, and more donuts.
Hair products.
Yeah.
You know, yes. I think a few weeks ago we had one from seaweed. And,
yes,
oh my
sea
goodness!
moss.
Oh my gosh!
Crazy.
So there's so many things that are happening in our little country. It's just
clothing lines. We've seen so many clothing lines.
The resiliency of Belizeans, and for that reason, I'm always thankful to be a Belizean, because that is who we are as a people. Speaking of that, in terms of who we are as a person or as a people, we saw in the news last night Sylvana Woods paying tribute to her sister, her dear sister, Sister Manzanares. Wow, going over our stuff this morning, I could always remember some of the stories, and it would have, Jan, you do this and then you do that, and how she reads stories and how she make you feel like family. She was one of the best ones,
Yeah.
And for that reason, we came in this morning and we lost a good one, but I'll tell you what, we all gained an angel, a Belizean angel, a Belize Creole girl angel. That's who we gained, because we could always talk about all the wonderful stories that she told and all the wonderful things that she's done for our country. A lot of love to her. A lot of love to her. And the greatest gift, Marlene, is the fact that we could memorize it here and now. Yeah. And for that reason, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is a loss. She went to join the heavenly Brahm.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Big Brahm up and
it's sad, and our condolences, of course, go out to her children, her family members, and her extended family, which included all those who have appreciated and celebrated along with her the Creole culture. And you're right. I was remembering yesterday when she taught us the Brock Macachista. But then I do remember the storytelling.
Yes.
And the Sambai dance.
Sambai Ramuchala. Oh my God, it's right there in my head. Yeah, indeed.
And it's so much to remember. But I think, when we have people like Myrna who we get, thankfully, to have one-on-one conversations with her as frequently as we did, you really understand how she took her platform. She took all the time and effort to keep on promoting. There she is with children.
There she is with children.
This was a big part of what she did.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
There she is, man. There she is.
We will be talking more about Miss Myrna in our show for today. So that's what we're looking forward to in our first conversation.
Look at her.
And yeah.
She was always about fun. Always with a lot of smiles on her
The
face.
minute she walk in here.
Yeah, it light up. Hey, what did they do? What would they pan? You know, so it's always with great spirits, Miss Myrna. We'll be, like you mentioned, we'll be talking about her a little later on in our conversation for today. We've got 3 of them lined up for you. It's going to be a great morning. Also, Marlene, you know, one of the stories coming out of the news last night, we saw Dr. Musa talking about the COVID pandemic and how for Belize, for the time being, it's actually going down, but that does not mean that other sickness, you know, are not around, and they need to shift focus probably there. So there are so many things there. Of course, we need to shed light on. The numbers from yesterday were very low in terms of new cases, and of course, in terms of the new recoveries as well. The day before that was a significant number, but nonetheless, we are heading in the right track for now. We know that the tourism industry is keeping an eye out, and of course, the Ministry of Health and Wellness keeping an eye out on this Omicron. Yes, that word, that tired me. But they're actually keeping an eye out for that Omicron variant. It's something that we know, we could see what's going on in the U.S., especially when it comes to sport, the sporting world. The NHL, the hockey league actually have canceled or shut down for a few days. All of these things, you know, NBA is saying, you know what, we have to learn to live with it, and so we're not shutting down. The NFL have got a lot of players actually missing games simply because of the pandemic, and it's all because of that Omicron. They're saying somewhere around 70% of the cases they're seeing now is the Omicron, Omicron variant, and so therefore we need to pay keen attention to that.
No, I've been watching just what's been happening internationally, and I think, you know, it's one of those things where we can have that little, I don't even want to say sigh, we can have a puff of relief
right now
in Belize. But I think we've heard our health officials say so far that it's not if, it's when we start to see Omicron in this country. And if we use the U.S. as an example, quite likely they probably already had it before it was detected. But since its detection, it took 1 month, less than 1 month, for it to become the most dominant variant. And we know that the trends have been consistent. You know, we see it in Europe, we see it in the U.S., and then a short while after, we see our own wave. So I think for me, it's and yesterday we saw President Biden address their response plan as to what they're going to do. They're pushing a lot of testing. The lines you see for testing in the U.S. right now, it really concerns me, because I just think when I see lines like that, I'm like, even if you didn't have it, you might walk away with it, especially since they're talking about the level of transmissibility. But they're going to be sending tests to people at home for people to know their status. And I know a lot of families who are testing before they get together for Christmas, because they're very concerned of going to celebrate with their loved ones and having
somebody contracting it.
Yeah, having a spreader event right there. So it is something we have to be cognizant of. There's some who say it's probably already here and we don't know yet.
Indeed, and I think that's one of the models that we definitely would like to jump on, for the fact that they're saying what you could do so as to not get folks within your family, because we know that you want to celebrate with your family. It's something that we've been preaching as well. What you need to do is to get tested before, at least a day or two. And what you do is that you isolate yourself. Simply means that you don't go anywhere else. You just stay right there at home with your immediate family. If you're heading from there to probably your grandma or to your aunt's house, make sure that everybody's tested. And if we know that we are in the clear, we leave that household of family knowing that we are in the clear. So it's a great model for us to follow. Get tested.
The director of WHO, I think, said something really, you know, I think it's a great message to kind of pass on. He said it's better that you delay your celebration where everyone can be there rather than celebrate now and grieve later. And I think that was just one of the points to drive home for people, especially if you know that you've had high exposure.
But like I said, Mar, and like we're saying, it's a great way to celebrate the Christmas. Primarily going out to get tested. If you haven't been vaccinated as yet, they're saying it's best for us to get vaccinated.
Need that booster shot.
Yeah, we need that booster shot. I think
we've gotten ours.
Oh my goodness! We got ours the same day.
The same day.
I didn't come to work feeling jealous, because she would have said, "John, you get your booster because
well,
I get mine."
I know that you were friends with the nurse, and she said John has been asking when's the best time to come.
Well, of course, because you know, I just feel As a matter of fact, I know it is the right way to go. And so that's why you know how I have a serious fear for needles, man. But when it came to that vaccine, when it came to knowing that we've got the vaccine in the country, hold on. Okay, all right, you done? Yes. Bam, that was it. And I was out of there. But I felt so good knowing that I'm protecting myself, protecting my family, protecting my loved ones. And of course here, all of us, we're loved ones here within Channel 5. So I felt good knowing that I was protecting you, protecting myself, Randy too. Would protect Randy too.
That's right.
So that's what we want for you to go on. That's what we need to do. The holidays are here. Go on out, get vaccinated. Do it for yourself and your loved ones.
All right. Well, we got to get moving into our show for today, and let's get some motivation to get our day started. So our eye opener is taken from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. A simple shift in attitude can help us recognize the hidden potential for fulfillment in every event. There's no secret recipe for happiness and contentment. The individuals who move through life joyously have not necessarily been blessed with lives of abundance, love, success, and prosperity. Some people have, however, been blessed with the ability to take the circumstances they've been handed and make them into something great. Our individual realities are colored by perception. Delight and despair come from within rather than without. Situations we regard as fortuitous please us, while situations we judge as inauspicious cause us no end of grief. Yet, if we can look at all we have accomplished without dwelling on our perceived misfortune and make each new circumstance our own, the world as a whole becomes a brighter place. You must divest yourself of preconceived notions of what is good and what is bad, so that you can appreciate the rich insights concealed in each stage of your life's journey. And you must strive to discover the dual joys of wanting what you have. As you gradually shift your perspective, your existence will be imbued with happiness and contentment that will remain with you forever.
Marlene, I'll do it like the poets, they do it. That's how I feel about this one. This spoke directly to us. This went to my heart. And I'm saying this because there's one part there that such people have, however, been blessed with the ability to take the circumstances they've been handed and make them into something great. You know what to remind me of? And I've got to go back to Miss Myrna with this, because we'll be celebrating her life forever. And we'll be celebrating it in the best way possible, because that's who we are. Now, when it says such people, that's us as Belizeans. That's what I'm talking about. And the circumstance might seem for the time being one of grief, but we will be celebrating that life forever. Marlene, everything that is in here, you must divest yourself of preconceived notions of what is good and what is bad, so that you can appreciate the rich insight concealed in these things. Man, things like this, I like preach things like this. Because for me, again, it's not bad. It's a situation whereby you could learn from, and then you celebrate it, because it is the experience, and the experience is the teacher. I love that eye opener, man. Seriously.
I can tell.
I love it.
I think we can all tell, right?
Ooh, love it, love it.
To you. Now, it definitely speaks to me as well. I think the idea of allowing yourself to change perspective on things can be so helpful. I think it's something that you have to be constantly telling yourself. I mean, clearly, I think everyone knows, losing my mother just over a month ago makes the holiday season harder. Yeah. And it's very easy. And I probably should say, I think I've gotten a lot of people say, you're so strong, you're so this. Yeah. This is 2 hours of my day. They're tough days, tough moments, and it's still there. Yeah. But one of the things as I keep on going through this process is trying to give myself the space to remember what I do have and what I was blessed with. Having her, being able to have shared past Christmases, and then still the family members that are with us today. And I think it's that shift in perspective sometimes that can make the tough times a bit more bearable. And it works. I mean, you don't even have to have experienced loss. You can just be wanting something that you don't have or won't be able to get. And if you take that moment to maybe just reflect on what you will be able to have,
Yeah, indeed.
it makes it completely different. It doesn't take it all away.
It doesn't?
But it does allow you to have a moment to say, I'm grateful that I still have X, Y, and Z in my life. And it can be simple things like you woke up this morning and you have breath.
Indeed.
You have work to go to.
Indeed.
You could get up on your 2 feet and move. And you can go out and maybe buy that turkey, which some people can't buy for Christmas as well. So there are little pleasures and little joys that if we focus on those can really make this whole idea of wanting and needing to have things dull a bit less.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great shift in perspective there.
Yeah.
You've said it all. I love it.
All right, well, we're going to find out about the chill now. And this is, of course, our weather update that is brought to you by Uno.
This weather update is brought to you by Uno Belize.
We are waiting for you to jingle all the way with Uno. Get one coupon for every purchase of Belize $25 in Uno fuels, per quart of Uno lubricants, or 2 coupons per gallon. And just like that, you get a chance to win lots and lots of prizes.
But we're here. And indeed, this morning's weather brought to you by Uno. And speaking of the weather, we've got the weather lady on the line. She's Francisca Wellington. Francisca, good morning.
Good morning, my favorite.
And how are you today?
Wait. How you think I would just let you get away with that? It hurts.
Oi. So, Francisca, how are you today?
I am doing great, thanks.
All right, great. That's lovely to know. But let's get on into the weather. It's a little cool outside today, and how long it's going to last. Primarily, let's get to the general situation. What's going on right now?
Okay, we are seeing fair and cool conditions after a cold front crossed us yesterday.
And in a 24-hour forecast?
We'll be seeing variably cloudy skies, cool, and little or no rainfall.
Hey, that's some good news, man. That simply means that we'll be having some great winds. What are we going to feel with the winds?
Okay, winds will be out of the north-northwest, 10 to 20 knots, and producing moderate seas. So we'll be seeing 4 to 6 feet waves beyond the reef.
Okay, well, and we should be having some cooler temperatures. Tell us the highs and lows.
That's right. So we're seeing 80 along the coast, 82 inland, 72 up in the Maya Mountains for this afternoon. And tonight, 70 along the coast, 66 inland, and 62 up in the Maya Mountains.
Ooh, that's the knock teeth weather. Woo, man. So while it continues to be a little bit chilly, how long is that going to last? Tell us the extended forecast, please.
Okay, we'll be seeing a little cooler temperatures Thursday morning. We'll continue to see fair and dry weather, and then we'll go from cool to mild. So Christmas Day will be a mild day.
Right.
Sounds good. Hope we could walk a mile after all the turkey and ham. Francisca, we are so thankful for you to have joined us this morning to share with us the good news of cool temperatures throughout the week. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Thanks. Same to you.
Okay.
All right. So now we know exactly what to expect in the weather, and cool temperatures going along into the rest of the weekend. Mild on Christmas Day, but nonetheless, we prefer to have it just like that. Indeed, we need to move on. For this morning, we have 3 wonderful conversations lined up for you. In the first conversation, we'll be doing a reflection on the life of Miss Myrna Manzanares, and of course the Creole culture as well, and talking about what it was like living with her ways, and we'll be having people in who knows exactly who she was. So that's the first segment.
All right, so the second part of the show, we're continuing with our international cuisine experience. And so all this week, John, I know you've been watching, and you felt jealous that you didn't get to have all this food. But we have embraced what Christmas treats look like for some of the adopted cultures that we have here in Belize. And we did Lebanese, we did Indian, and today we're just jumping right across the border.
Yeah, we're jumping around.
You know, you can go after January 1st. You can go January 1st. We're going to go there today. We're going to check out what a Mexican treat for Christmas looks like. So that's coming up in the second part of the show.
We'll beat you to it, because we're going today. Nonetheless, in the third part of our show for this morning, we'll be joined by reps from the Belize City Council. They've got some deals going on and packages, incentive packages for residents for upcoming property tax payment. Yeah, you know, pay a property tax, man. And so therefore, they've got some incentives for you. We'll be chit-chatting with them, of course, this morning. We need to take a break, though, but just before we do, we've got a special especial, being that something Mexican is
I know,
coming
you
up.
guys have to turn on the
Birthday.
lights in there so
I
we
know.
can
Wait across.
because John is about to celebrate.
Oh my gosh, Marley, the pressure.
And he is working early on his birthday.
He's working early on his birthday, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot of love and a lot of respect for this guy. He's been around, from the, inception? I mean, you know, one of the lead bricks from ya. That's none other than Daryl Mogale, man. Daryl. Turn around, D. That's
man.
my brother from another mother. Coolest cat. Yo, I tell you what, the cool front jealous because you cooler. Happy birthday to you, Daryl. Do enjoy your day, my brother. From all of us, we love you. And of course, from your entire family as well, because he is a family guy. So they love you as well. Wishing you a very, very special day today, my brother. All the best. All right, so we're going to take the break. When we come back, of course, we'll do some reflection. Stay with us.
We have been a partner with Smart for over 10 plus years. We have a full Smart plan we use as our major driver for our business. We have a service that rolls over in that if you call one and it is busy, it rolls over to the next line. So once you call us, you can get us at any time. Before we got this Smart service, we were paying upwards of nearly $2,000 in phone bills. Since we've had our Smart service, we pay an average of about $600. So we've had tremendous saving, more than 50%. For the businesses, if you want to save money, switch to Smart because it is far more cost effective and the service is excellent.
Smart continues to be innovative in bringing new technology and meaningful savings during these challenging times to businesses across Belize. Sign up for our VoIP technology or broadband packages and save more.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
This holidays, get one coupon for every purchase of 25 Belize dollars in Uno fuels, per quart of Uno lubricants, or 2 coupons per gallon. Jingle all the way with Uno. a brand committed with the future.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 5 Caribbean Media Awards for 2019 and 2020. Best Television News Item, Best Responsible Coverage of Children's Issues, Best Health Education Journalism, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with special mention by the jury in the Best Television News Item category.
Welcome back. Indeed, welcome back. And we're moving into our first segment for the morning. And of course, this one is going to be about the reflection and of course the the life of Creole culture advocate. May she rest in peace, Myrna Manzanares. Now, in to tell us all about it, we've got Marlene Garvin. She is actually the interim president of the National Creole Council. And all the way from Punta Gorda is Emmett Young, who is a drummer and a cultural enthusiast. Good morning and welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Emmett, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How is the weather in beautiful PG?
It's pretty nice and sunny and cool.
All right, that's lovely, lovely. So let's get on into it, guys. We have lost a cultural icon within our country. We've lost a daughter of the soil. We have lost a true representative of what or who this country is supposed to be, Miss Myrna Manzanares.
Yep.
Let's get to reflection, and let's start with you, Marlene. Give us your reflection of this angel we've lost. We've gained, actually.
Yeah, I don't think people realize the immense contribution that Myrna has bestowed on Belize.
Yeah.
So we've really lost someone really, someone of great value to the country. Just going through this book, The Healing Circle, I've noted something that she wrote at the beginning, dedication. And I think this is basically what Myrna wanted to do before she died, or to ensure that happened. She basically wanted to fulfill the same thing that her mother wanted to do, you understand? And she said, I tried to emulate her in my generation in order to carry out what she tried to achieve. And she said, I wonder if anybody cares. So I was like, when I read this, I think for us as Belizean, and I noted it before, is that we need to start to say out loud how we feel about somebody, so they acknowledge and they know. For Myrna, we do have sporadic moments where people come and acknowledge, they give her the awards and things like that, but there are gaps in her life whereby sometimes she always bring it up to me, like she wonders like if anybody loves me, or if anybody. And I keep on telling her, Myrna, why would you say such a thing? Yeah. If you pick up the phone right now, anybody at the drop of a thing, somebody will be there to help you no matter what. But I think it's just, and especially due to the COVID situation, she felt really isolated. Myrna is somebody that goes here, there, everywhere. Her house she doesn't even know her house until maybe late in the evening. But with this whole COVID situation, her house is everything. She has to be home like 24/7, and sometimes when I go there, she like, I need to go somewhere. Can you just take me for a drive or something like that? And I'm trying to tell her, Myrna, there's nowhere to go right now. And Myrna is somebody, if I do take her somewhere, she interacts too much. You understand? She doesn't even know yet, and she come up close and hey, and things like that. And I say, Myrna, you can't do that at this time. Yeah. So it was hard during this whole pandemic to have her transition from what she used to do to, you understand? So that was the whole, but during her whole life, she has contributed a lot to the country, and that's something that I keep on telling her. She's really done a lot for us. So, that was her. This was her actually last 75th birthday. Yes, October 30th that went by. We tried to do something for her to cheer her up and things like that. Because even though due to COVID, had a small gathering and she really, really loved it. Yeah. You know what she did? We had something planned. Somebody called her, Myrna, I'm going to take you there. Myrna left us and she went out. I'm like, what, Myrna?
That sounds like Miss Myrna.
Yes.
That sounds
That's
like
what I'm telling her. She wanted to go out. So they called. Myrna got dressed and she left. I said, how would you do such a thing? They're cooking for you, planning your birthday, and you're leaving. But he eventually came back, and that's how they finished
you have to share the bram.
Right? I was like, what? Especially during COVID, I was really, really scared for her during COVID situation. She said, I'm treating her like a child, but I said, Myrna, ensure you take your sanitizer, don't touch things, keep your mask on and things like that. So she keeps on, complaining, and why are you treating me like this? Honestly, I thought if anything would have taken Myrna, maybe it would have been the COVID.
Yeah.
We ensured she took her vaccinations and things like that, but I had no control over this one.
Oh.
This was really,
It
really,
was
really
a sudden
shocking.
stroke. That's what we know so far.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me just take a moment. We have Emmett here, and we want to get Emmett's reflection. Emmett, when you got the news yesterday, tell us a bit about what comes to mind.
Yeah, and I love Miss Myrna, and they say don't wait till the man or the woman die before.
Yeah.
They say good, and I know she was a good person. I know she contributed a lot. So, and I usually try to get over there every time I can. My last time I went was to take some coconut crush and tableta because I know she liked that. So, she was so happy when I take the coconut crush and tableta for her. Yeah, I always try to carry these things because I know that's her comfort. When she get those, she's really Creole woman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Emmett, you have worked extensively with Myrna, especially in ensuring that you preserve the culture of creating the sambai drum, playing the sambai drum, dancing sambai. When we try to explain just the significance of her contribution, but I'd want to hear it from your perspective.
Well, Miss Myrna, is a pioneer of the Creole culture of the people in Belize. She really, that's her passion, Yep. Culture is her passion,
Yep.
And especially the Creole culture. So she not only talk it, but she live it.
Yep.
She live it in person, and she just get out there and push so that this culture don't die as we do. So, like I said, we have to support and preserve our culture, and the people that is pushing it, we have to support them,
Yeah.
And Miss Myrna was very strong in supporting the culture.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And that's why it's still alive today.
Yeah.
Did she ever explain to you why it was such a passion of hers?
Well, she grew up in Gales Point, and Gales Point is a living museum of the Creole culture. So, one grew up in Gales Point, definitely you would see why she loved the culture, and she wanted to live on. Basically, that's tell me she want this culture to live on, and that's why she was so passionate and push for it to forward. And it's very important to work with the youth. He always tell me we have to give it to the youths. That's the only way it can survive, and he was really into pushing for that.
Yeah.
Emmett, you could tell us, like, when was the last time you and Myrna sambai?
Well, since the pandemic, we haven't. It was before the pandemic. I don't know the exact time, but we was doing before the pandemic. We do a cultural camp with the Creole culture. Every year we do a cultural camp, jump camp, with the Creole culture, and Miss Myrna always present, and she always tells stories.
Yep.
She always, come and work with the kids with stories and song.
Wow.
Storytelling. That's something we were reflecting on this morning too.
Indeed.
And that's, let me bring in something else here. We were talking about how you first met Miss Myrna, and we share something in common. I first met Miss Myrna through her work with the Belize Family Life Association.
Correct.
And while we will speak most often about her contribution to the Creole culture, she also was very passionate about empowering girls and about sexual and reproductive health rights and counseled people, even with the domestic violence program. Do you want to talk a bit about that side of her?
Honestly, that's the actual reason, or that's how I got involved or knew about Myrna. You know, I don't know where I was, but she invited me and she asked me if I wanted to be a part of the Creole Council. I'm good in finance. Finance is my major, so she wanted somebody to be the treasurer. And my gosh, from then on to now, I've been at the Creole Council in that capacity as treasurer. They keep on electing me as a treasurer, but to even step up to being the interim, I was really hesitant because to fill the shoe of Myrna is really impossible. When she asked me, she was actually a part of the BFLA's board. And I don't know, I started BFLA myself in 1998, so we became closer and things like that. And I really got to know that side of Myrna. I mean, aside from the cultural aspect, she had this passion as well to see how she could assist the counseling aspect, the education, finding the life skill process of helping the youths, even the adults. People don't realize, I mean, parents alone are afraid to say the word sex. So the whole area of sexual and reproductive health aspect was hard for parents, and where can they go? They go to BFLA. And my gosh, when you walk up to Myrna, it's like you're free to talk, you're free to explain, and she's there to guide you, doing the counseling and everything. So when you leave from there, it's like a burden that comes off you, and they're really appreciative of that experience with Myrna at BFLA. The whole sexual and reproductive health, they're more, I tell you, I left BFLA about 9 years ago, and the impact BFLA left on me myself, my kids are like 7 years apart. That's how that's family planning. That's That's really the planning, and it was no big thought. It just happened. It just have you thinking, planning. So it was really helpful for me, and with Myrna being there and a part of the board and our interaction and things like that, I'm telling you, like, she calls me every day. Every day to check in. Marlene, girl, how you do? I just check in there and say, how the kids, how the husband, she go down there, how your ma, how your granny. I'm like, my gosh, Myrna. But I try to, sometimes I'm busy, but I try to give her that space and talk freely as she can. So it was really, she really impacted me actually during that whole course of being at BFLA. I just spoke with Joel Rasberg, who was the past executive director of BFLA, and even, I mean, everybody's shocked, but it's then we start to talk about Myrna and what she used to do and things like that. She, being a part of the board, she visited, I mean, on behalf of the board, she visited, like, do you call it IPPF, the Family Planning, International Family Planning Federation, the Caribbean Family Planning Association. So she's been about, she's assisting with the policies and procedures of the organization. So she has really contributed a lot in that aspect.
You know, and you said something that was so important. In a culture where, and I mean the Belizean culture, not just Creole, where it's taboo to talk about sexual and reproductive health rights. If viewers could only imagine somebody like Miss Myrna, who broke it down in the broadest, plainest language, your risk for exposure and what you need to do to take care of yourself.
Sometimes I have to say, Myrna, you don't have to, that's so raw. You know, she's like, And in some cases, they have these dolls. She got dolls, and she actually physically show you things. I'm like, oh my, that's like too much. But she was open to do all of that, you understand? And that's just her. So that's what I'm saying. When you leave from there, you understand, you're more careful, you really do your planning properly.
And you know, and she actually brought it to you exactly how people talk about it, and so therefore you will know then. But I wanted to get back to Emmett, and and ask Emmett. I mean, you know, you've met Miss Myrna so many times. Like you mentioned, you love her so much. You know, she has become a part of you. What, Emmett, would you say that Myrna left with you that you would want to carry out throughout your life?
Well, one of the main things is keep on working with the youth, you know. That was her main thing. And a lot of times, we, the older folks, we like to say, hey, you see those kids, they don't want to learn anything. Yeah. But that's not true. The kids, they always want to learn. And you find the one that's interested, and those are the one you work with. You can't have all of them that is interested in one thing, but when you have a passion for something and you see that the kids take to it, those are the one you work with, and then you're going to see results.
Yeah.
And that's something that she left with me. So I always, you know, focus on the youths, because only through the youths we can see progress.
Yeah. Emmett, what's the memory that stands out the most to you from your time working alongside Miss Myrna?
She always loved the drums. She can't keep her hand off my drum. Every time I see Miss Myrna, she would never do without touching my drum. She just loved the drum.
Yeah. But was she better than you at drumming?
She had a lot of passion for it.
That's a diplomatic answer there.
Yeah, I mean, she has her own drums at home, so that's to the extent.
Yeah.
And then what about you, Marlene? What did she left with you that you'd like to carry on?
She left a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Usually when I take her about, people usually ask if I'm her daughter.
I thought that when you came in, like literally, I was like, this is Miss Myrna daughter.
Actually, she has one daughter, Shalini, and she's in the States, right? But that's why I say I don't understand, because Myrna doesn't have, she has one child, well, two, along with Robert, right? But she calls me and she treats me like I'm her daughter, but sometimes I turn around and I treat her like she's my child, because I have to keep her in check. But we're that close. So, gosh, I have a lot of memories with her doing activities and things like that from a mother-daughter aspect. The cultural aspect, if I could record everything, I should have. It's for me to remember dates and things like that. I always run away from that. I hate history. But for the whole culture, dates are important to carry on and to explain the whole transition of why we're here and how we became who we are right now as a Creole, right? And Myrna had that.
Yeah.
Myrna had that. So I'm gonna miss that. But she has instilled in me the importance of culture. I always try to correct people who say Creole no have no culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leela always saying that. Who say Creole no have no culture? And the same thing now goes with the language. You understand, with Sylvana Woods and Myrna. So I always try to correct people. If I'm anywhere, I try to inform and educate them as much as what I know about the culture. And that's what I do when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she wasn't scared to correct you.
I know.
I was telling you the joke. I made the mistake. I said white cake. You said no, that like cake.
Yeah. So
I'm buckle.
I'm buckled. Yeah. So I mean, Myrna has she really has done a lot and contributed a lot.
Yeah.
So what would be your most fun memory of her? That's like we ask Emmett.
Just at the day, my gosh, I took Myrna out and I went home and I told my mother, you know what? I never realized I have so much patience. Myrna I was working with her to get her visa, her passport together, because she wanted to go to the States to visit. And I called and I said, Myrna, you have everything? Yes. Myrna, you need to she needs to get a haircut, right? She said, okay. I said, you want me to go and check with the barber if you need to set an appointment? No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have the guy do it. You know, when they took a picture and they showed me, said Myrna went and got a haircut. You know what, Myrna? She just got a side. Myrna hair is still up, needed to be trimmed. So now I'm here now, planning to go and take a picture, getting ready for her passport.
Yeah.
I have to now wait at the barber to get her hair cut. And it's like, because we didn't schedule any appointment.
Yeah.
So I have to take Myrna to the barber, get a haircut. When it's done, I have a picture of her. But No, she said, no, you make I look like a man because it was cut really low.
Yeah.
No, I'm ready to go on to the next step. Myrna, you have your old passport. You have your when she looked, she said, oh my, I forget. I said, Myrna. So now from there, I had to take her back home, get her documents, and it was like a back and forth, back and forth. And all what I could do was sit right in my vehicle and just relax and calm down. And but at the end of the day, I don't know. She sees I'm angry, but when she goes about, no worry, I will behave good, I will try, but things like that. Then when we went to the passport office, she was like, Myrna as usual, interacting with the kids.
Talk to everybody.
I know, and I'm trying to butter Myrna. You can't do that. You're not supposed to do that and things like that. But at the end of the day, she left that office, and everybody was tearing up. They enjoyed her, just her presence, and people. Oh, Miss Myrna, I know you from there. Oh, Miss Myrna, you don't remember me and things. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's why I'm telling her I don't like to take her out.
Yeah.
You understand? Because of that whole. So that was my last.
I believe that. I believe that.
And I'm saying she was good up to. We did this like on a Monday, got her haircut, worked on the passport and everything. Tuesday, they said they had somebody took her out again, and was like, who? Because I wasn't aware of that. I felt like I should know everything, but she went out, and by the Wednesday, I was shocked that they said she wasn't feeling well, because she was good up to the,
Yeah.
So I have a lot of memories.
What's one thing that you feel the people, the general public, that they don't know about her that you'd want them to know?
That they don't know about Myrna. Myrna is, she tries to keep her personal life private.
Okay.
And that sometimes, even from me, and that sometimes irritates me, because I'm telling Myrna, it's not that I want to pry into your business, but I need to know so I could help you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But a lot of things, I would hear it from maybe other sources. Did you know this? Did you know? Like, what? I didn't know that, and things like that. And when I go to her, like, she tries to brush it off and things like that. So she really tries to keep her personal life really personal, private.
Well, we are so grateful for the personal reflections you both had shared, and I know both of you have something lined up in tribute to Miss Myrna. So you wanted to read a poem.
Yeah, this
is one that she wrote. It's called The Healing Circle. She and Aziz Ahoy.
Correct. And this poem is actually entitled Please Take a Bow. Right? And I think for Myrna, she should take a bow at this time. It says, I rose to take a bow, but no one was there to acknowledge the work done. Just empty seats reminding me of the thousands that used to sit there. I walked down the aisle with leaded feet and boulders weighing down my heart. So many thoughts colliding in my mind. What about the messages? What about the strategies? The years, the days, the hours spent, were they all in vain? Even the tears refused to fall. What's the use? Then I heard them, the new generation. They appeared with their placards, their cheers, their music, their own communication style. They stopped in front of me in silence, and then they spoke with one voice. We heard your messages. Your strategies worked. You did not toil in vain. You've made the final connection, linking the spiritual with the physical, placing God at the helm. Please take a bow.
All right. And that's one from a book of poetry. Where she contributed, and that's just one of several books that she's authored.
Correct.
All right. And Emmett, I know you're going to give us a close with her favorite instrument.
The drums.
Yes,
But she has a song that she always loved to sing whenever she have a gathering with the kids. So I'm going to sing that and then fade off with the soundbite.
Okay.
When me man go there right, I want give me cousin boo. When me man go there right, I want give me cousin boo. Cousin me gonna be cousin to me. Sambaira muchola, ay muchola, sambaira muchola.
All right. Thank
Oh,
you
my
so much
goodness.
for that, Emmett. And
Thank you,
I
Emmett.
have to ask, did you teach the dog to sambai? Because he
He
looks
seems so.
very excited.
A dog with some bite. But thank you, both of you, for great reflections of the life of Belizean Creole gal,
Yep,
a
Creole
daughter
gal.
of the soil, a true representative of what this country is, Myrna Manzanares. Marlon, thank you so very much.
And he said
Emmett,
the
thank you. Yeah.
Hello.
There we go. There we go.
The funeral is set for next week, tentatively so far.
Yes, yes.
All right.
We're
All
going to
right.
put out an official release of the death announcement and indicate that we just met and the brothers has confirmed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and take a break.
And when we come back, we'll be, you mentioned heading over the border. Well, I'll tell you what, the borders are coming over to us because we'll be doing a Mexican dessert served for the Christmas prepared by none other than Miss Mariana Shabat. He'll be in with us to do a drizzled or corn cake drizzled with rum pulpo. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
The ministry is collaborating with SpeedNet Communications to have a vaccination campaign for children ages 12 to 17 years. Children who get vaccinated will get a chance to win fabulous prizes, including backpacks with supplies, Nintendo Switch, tablets, book tuitions, and MiFi with 3 months data. Only children 12 to 17 years old can participate in this smart and Ministry of Health and Wellness raffle. At vaccination sites, each vaccinated child, upon being vaccinated, will receive a ticket to place their name, age, date of birth, BHIS number, and contact information on, which will be filled out by a parent or legal guardian. The sooner a person vaccinates, the more chances he or she will have to win. Get vaccinated, please. Vaccination saves lives.
Morning, B.
Ready for full laybacks?
Yes, man. Just grab the rope and I will put on the camera. My name is Josh Marin. I'm a commercial fisherman out of San Pedro and I've been fishing my whole life. We've been noticing that each and every time we go out, we have to find further grounds. So when I heard about the program, I found it as a very good business opportunity. Other fishermen, when they go out, they tend to bring in everything and anything, and that's what me and my crew don't do. We practice responsible fishing.
Just show me how the app work, G.
Easy thing, bro. All we gotta do is we're gonna put in how much fish we catch right here. So there we get 15 pound of champagne and 30 pound of queens. We have punch that in and that's all. Oh, one more thing.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Welcome back. We are moving now into our second segment for the morning, and this one, dear to our hearts, I like to say it like that.
Corazón.
Corn cake drizzled with rum popo. It's actually a Mexican dessert for Christmas prepared by none other than the lovely Mariana Cheval.
Thank you.
Buenos dias.
Muy buenos dias. ¿Cómo está?
And that's it right there.
I was ready to continue. I'm ready to continue the Spanish.
Well, you know, we are so happy that you're here. We've been doing an international tour of Christmas treats. And we said, well, we gotta know. We love our tacos, right?
Yeah.
And we love so much more of our Mexican food. You've come on, you've done guacamole. We love the margaritas.
Love the margaritas.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Cookies. I know about the what is the, I can't remember the name of the bread. The bread with the Jesus?
Oh, that's Oscar de Reyes. That's very Mexican.
Very Mexican, but that's January.
That's January. Well, I have to confess, you guys put me on the spot. A Mexican Christmas dessert, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to see. There's a couple of fry stuff like churros and buñuelos, but that's very difficult. So,
you have churros for Christmas?
We have churros. You can have churros for Christmas, and then they cover with syrup and all kind of things. But it's very difficult to do.
To make churros.
To make churros. So I was like, and then I said, oh, but you know what? We have the corn cake.
Yeah.
It's called pan de elote. The corn cake. It has liquor, so nothing can go wrong with liquor. It's involved, and it's corn, and Mexicans love corn for everything.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Let's just talk about elote in general, right? Like, people have really taken to elote Mexican style now.
To another level.
Yeah.
To another level with Takis and Doritos and no, you tell me.
Yep.
As of the 1st of January, we're going on a tour, elote and tour.
We can do a different elote every week.
I agree.
But I have seen friends who, like, when you're at the plazas, you buy the cup from the
Esquites.
Yes.
That's the best thing. Oh, that's the
Look
best.
at her face light up.
Yes.
It's the same thing
And
my Mexican friends
that's
do.
my daughter's favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
So
what is esquites?
It's just the corn, but the corn that no, I don't grow it, but in Mexico it's the white one. So it's not as sweet as this, as the Belizean one, the yellow one.
Okay.
So they just take it out of the cob. They boil it with butter and epazote, which is a specific herb.
Yeah.
That's it. Water, butter, and epazote, and it boils until it's very tender, and then they put it in the cups and to your taste.
Really?
Yeah.
Some people put mayo, mayonnaise. Some people put sour cream, cheese, lime, chili pepper, of course. So to your taste. In my house, it's with mayonnaise, lime, salt, and chili pepper. Yes.
Really?
Everything. Oh yes. And then you use the water, you know, for it not to be dry.
Yeah.
So you drizzle it with the same water. You boil it in.
Did you see the excitement on her face? I'm telling you.
And the same water that it was boiled in.
Of course, we don't waste anything. we use total.
So esquites definitely popular. Elotes. You know, I see that people here do it now, but that's what is actually on it? What's the white stuff?
Yeah.
Mayo or sour cream.
Okay.
That's a
That's
Mexican ingredient. That's it. And then whatever else you put, it sticks to it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've seen it with Takis now, with
Takis.
Doritos.
They crunch up the Doritos and they put it on there.
Exactly. Well, the original one, I didn't think the Maya say it like that. The original one is just the mayo, the sour cream, the cheese, the white cheese, the one that crumbles, lime and salt.
That's it.
That's it.
So that's a corn dish number 2. We got tortillas and everything that comes with that.
Yes.
What other corn dishes are we thinking of?
Everything. You do tortillas from soup, from appetizers, soup to main, and now to dessert. So yes, corn is.
So that's exactly where we're going now, to dessert. And this one is going to be a corn cake drizzled with, why drizzled? Why never be a rain?
Wait. We're gonna do
what her definition of drizzle is.
We're gonna do a mirror. Of rompopo.
Okay.
In Mexico it's rompope, the one that the nuns make.
That's my next question. So rompopo, we think that's wheat, but it's not. Other countries have their version as well. In Mexico, it's rompope.
Rompope, exactly. And it's yellow.
Ooh.
I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why it's so yellow because it's the same ingredients.
same
I guess
thing.
it's eggs and
Maybe
milk
the eggs are
and the rum. I don't know what it's so but it's delicious and it's made from the nuns many months ago. And then Belize, well, I guess they did their version.
Let me introduce you to a debate, right? Because there are people in Belize who call it rompope.
Well, they're welcome.
Argue that it's rompope and not rompopo. I know it as rompopo.
I know it as rompopo too, but
well, me too. I came to Belize to know it as rompopo.
Good. So if you're saying rompope, you're speaking Mexican.
Yes, and it's yellow. And remember, it's like bright yellow. And here it's more whitish. I happened to try this one this weekend in Cayo. They had some
JHS rompopo.
Yes, and it's very, very good. So we're gonna combine the Mexican and the Belizean.
All right.
Well, let's do it.
Let's
So
do
you're
it.
gonna talk us through this recipe, right?
Yes, it's super easy.
Okay.
Very affordable.
Okay.
So you can do it in
Just
we're gonna do it right now. Yes.
All right. I got the TV oven heating
Exactly.
up. Don't worry.
We don't have that to heat. So what are the ingredients for this corn cake?
And I forgot half of them, but to bring to showcase. But it's everybody has it. It's gonna be. Oh well, the tip is that you do the liquid ingredients first. So you're because it's in the blender.
Okay.
It's not with the batter. It's in the blender.
Okay.
So you put the liquid ones first. So when you put the corn, it doesn't stick, and you don't burn your blender. It has happened, you know.
So in a blender,
you're gonna put 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
4 eggs, a tin of condensed milk.
Okay. Condensed.
2 sticks of butter.
Okay. 2 stick butter.
You don't have to melt it.
You just throw it in there.
But not super hard because it's gonna take more time.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So room temperature.
room temperature, softish.
Okay.
The soft one. So you put it in the blender and a little bit of vanilla extract.
Okay.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Why?
Because I love Benjamin's vanilla, but Mexico makes some pretty great vanilla as well.
I have been out of Mexico for the past 2 years, so for the 6th of January, I will bring all my Mexican ingredients.
Okay.
Here we can even do pozole. We're gonna restock there, definitely. So yes, if it's the pure Mexican one, it will be nicer. No, that's not true.
She's stirring up, you know.
I know. She starts and then I can't stop.
Yeah.
So vanilla. So you put everything in the blender.
Okay.
Then you're gonna put a pinch of salt.
Okay.
2 big spoons, like this. This is not
This
the
is
soup
more than
spoon.
tablespoon, yeah.
Yes, more than table. More than tea, more than table. This is not the soup one, but I don't know the big spoons of flour.
Okay.
Like
so 2
heap ones.
Show us.
Here we go.
So that's how big it's gonna be.
That's how big it's gonna be.
1
and 2. Inside, this is inside the blender with the liquid that you already blend.
Oh, so that's being placed inside the blender.
Inside the, everything goes inside the blender.
Okay.
And you don't make a mess and you don't do nothing. Easy. So you put a pinch of salt. This is the dry ingredients. A pinch of salt, the flour, and baking soda. You're gonna do 3 big teaspoons, but not like like big 3 big spoons of baking soda.
1.
That's real home cooking, right?
2. Hello, but that's easy.
3.
We're creative.
Yeah.
And you blend it again.
So you blend that. That's all these things are being placed in the blender.
In the blender, one main tool.
Okay.
That's it. So then you blend it again. And once it's blended, you're gonna put 2 tins without the water of the corn, the kernel corn.
So you can use the canned one.
Yes, the canned one.
Okay.
Originally, you can get your corn
and you you shave it off the
shave it off and take
Yeah.
out all the little hairs and everything. But no, you can use a tin. So you put 2 the big ones, drain them, and you place them in the blender.
Okay.
With the liquid ingredients before, then it doesn't get stuck.
Yes.
So it's smooth.
Mix
it
it
runs
up,
smooth.
yeah.
Yes, runs smooth.
Perfect.
And that's it. Then you will have your
your
pan that it can be the round one, like the one that the magic one is gonna come out, and then you can do it in a bun like this. You can even do it in cupcakes, individual sizes. So,
Okay.
it depends. So it's super easy.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide.
So there's no sugar in it?
No sugar because you have that condensed milk. You have that. So, and that's it. You don't want to overpowered sugar. We're,
Okay.
you know, we're living the Christmas after the turkey and the ham and the everything.
true.
And
That's
all the
true.
Mexican things. Then
we don't.
To the-
You don't want exactly. You don't want too much sugar.
So with the stove now, because we've got all of that mixed up, do we leave it to set and then preheat the oven?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You preheat the oven.
Okay.
It's gonna be at 350.
350.
350. So you preheat since you start.
Yeah.
You press it and you preheat it, and then you're gonna put it there. Depending on the oven, probably like 50 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
So
50 to an hour.
like every cake, once you see it, it's set. You touch it, you put it,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not woggly. Then yes. Then that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Voila. So we do
Voila.
that. We put it in the oven. And then we, after 50 minutes, we pass it 50 minutes.
Let's say an hour.
Let's say an hour?
Yeah, an hour.
All right. And then we go for it.
We go for it.
All right. So let's get in the oven for this one.
I love your oven, yes.
Yes. Good thing about it, it's not hot. It's perfect.
It's
And
perfect,
everything
that's
is
right.
Nice.
Like you say, you let it
cool.
You let it cool. Then you put it in your nice plate, and we're gonna go to the decorating part.
Okay.
Well, which is
All
just
right.
powdered sugar. See, more sugar. So
All right. Let's.
You
can
wanna
I have
do
the pan there?
Sure.
Yes. So we could put it right
All
here.
right. You're ready?
Of course.
Okay, come.
So that's what are you drizzling on there?
That's it. Just powdered sugar.
Powdered
She
sugar.
give me the
Okay.
easiest job.
Oh, okay, well, yes, see,
She try to show you up your swag.
Exactly. You always learn something. Me going with the spoon.
Yeah, man, she done show you up.
So we don't throw it all over the place.
Yes. All right. Well,
So that is the fun of
and then you see, you can put your kids again. We
Yes.
can bring the kids into the
to
mixture.
be a part of it. Yes.
Oh, now you need my spoon.
Yeah, now I need your spoon. So that's it. We just decorated with this.
We just decorate with that. You know, of course, if you
And
want
a
to-
rum pope.
No, hold on. That's the serving part.
Oh.
Because it's a family thing. You're a family dinner. You don't want the kids to.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, so this is the
You don't
kids
want
version.
No, you don't want 7:30 to come and you're drinking like we're gonna do, and then the kids version. So to serve.
All
We're ready
right.
to try.
Okay.
We're ready
So
to
here we
try.
go.
Okay. Well. Okay. Let me help you.
Yes.
So we're doing the mirror first.
Okay.
Mirror. Okay, cool.
That sounds real fancy.
I know, right?
It's not like you just drop it there. No, it's. And you can put rompopo, rompope, or even caramel. No, even the caramel. Well, we have the caramel here in Mexico. It's the cajeta. So you just smear a little bit.
Okay. So did you have this growing up?
All the time, yes, all the time. Because like I said, it's easy and it's for everybody, and we love corn.
Okay.
I did.
We
then-
I love it.
We
Yes,
love corn.
Look at that.
We love corn.
Yes. So that's what it looks like. That's
Exactly.
beautiful.
See? So, of course, do we want more?
Of course. Ay, sí,
So now
pon
we
it.
are gonna drizzle.
You don't make one thunderstorm. That's not a drizzle. All right.
So
That's
there
what
we
it
have
looks
plate
like.
number one. We got our, what is pan
de elote.
Okay.
So
with its
you
rum
can leave it-
popo
you-
drizzle.
Exactly. You can leave it just with the powdered sugar if you are not into the drinking mood.
Okay.
Or then you can. Or also if it's easier for you, if you're going somewhere and then you're not going to have the prep, we
So
just put it on top
yes,
of everything.
That's right. We could thunderstorm
Exactly.
the rompope, and then we drizzle tequila.
Oh, well, that's another version. That's another show.
Tequila and
Yes.
corn cake. There you go. All right. And then we
Alright,
drizzle
so we
some of that
drizzle
rum popo on
Yes,
top.
Beautiful,
And then-
beautiful.
Okay.
So
Well.
then you do it. So do we want to thunderstorm it?
Yeah, let's see. So, with rum fruit cake, this is what
And then
you
I
do.
heard I heard we have a birthday, so we're gonna celebrate the birthday person this morning.
Yes, look at that.
Ooh.
All right.
So easy,
Yeah, easy,
affordable,
easy
and
peasy.
delicious.
So
Very
again,
nice.
let's run because we're trying to pick in the ingredients of this one. So we'll put these things in the blender. We're starting with how many eggs?
4.
Oh, 4.
4 eggs.
So 4.
2 stick butter.
Yes.
But room temperature. You make it as you try to get it soft. Then we put in an entire can of condensed milk. You drizzle or you drip a little bit of the vanilla extract.
Exactly.
You blend that.
Oh my
Am I
God!
missing anything?
No, you are perfect.
All right. So
I'm
while we
taking you to my house.
blend, yes, while we blend, after a little while, we put 2 of the bigger tablespoon of flour. 2 of these right here. 1, 2 in the blender. You put 3 big teaspoons.
But
yes,
Right.
like
But
that.
big, but
Yes,
big.
3 of that. And a pinch of salt.
Correct.
You blend again.
Correct.
Then you get 2 cans of the cornel, the corn kernel. You take out the water of that. You put that in the blender.
Exactly.
You blend again.
Exactly.
Then you
And
put
then
it in
you
your
can
pan.
just pulse if you want to feel.
If you want to get some of the,
if you want to get some of the corn, you know, like the texture. If
Yes.
you want to get it some, so it's not just everything puree.
Okay,
So
okay.
see, you can see.
That's it. There we go. We have some.
And
that's it.
And that's it.
You put it in the oven. You preheat for 350. Put it in the oven for 50 minutes to an hour.
Correct.
And you take it out and voila.
And voila.
All right.
Easy peasy.
Come, you can try it.
Let's try it.
It's very close to a corn cake. Like cornbread, I should say, but probably sweeter with the.
All right. Got drizzle. This is drizzling. All right.
All right. Let me tell you something. I think corn was meant to go with rompopo.
I agree.
Like, this is the new version of elote.
I agree.
Dessert one, right?
Now we're going to go to the market and say, can I have an skip this with rompopo?
With rompopo, thank you.
Skip the mayo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just give me a good thick rompopo on that.
And I tell you, this one is really good. I just tried it over the weekend
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
amazing. But I guess anyway.
This is nice. This is
And see,
nice.
and it's bread. And you can have it with coffee. So then you can say, you know, it's a breakfast bread. Nobody can know you're drinking a lot of rompopo.
Well, I'm doing it like it's in PG with Irene again. One more. I'm sorry.
No, it's
so good.
It's you
This
guys.
is good. This is
Because
really
the
good.
cake itself isn't so sweet. It's sweet, but not too sweet.
Exactly. Yes.
It has the right texture, sweetness, the right texture, the right amount of sweetness. This is beautiful.
And it's not too high, as you can see. It's not too high and frothy. I said, okay, dessert now after everything. No, it's just
It
the
reminds
right
me
amount.
somewhat of a moist bread pudding. You know?
Yes, like a cornbread pudding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it. That thing tastes good. And people are going to meet us as usual, and they would say, that thing going to taste on TV tastes good. This tastes good.
Thank you.
So
Thank
let me
you.
ask you, what's the traditional Christmas meal?
Mexico tradition, it's turkey, of course, but you're gonna put adobo and you're gonna put and it's not gonna be just that stuffing one. You know, it's gonna be a red one. You know, with the adobo and that chiote and very cochinita, very pibil color one, like that. That's the turkey. We do have ham. We do have, but no, the original. Then it's gonna be bacalao, which is fish.
Okay.
Fish. I guess those are the Spaniards. I don't know what they brought tradition, what they brought to Mexico. So a bacalao meal for Christmas. And we do Christmas. We celebrate the 24th in the night. So when we get together, the dinner is the 24th in the night to bring the 25th. It's not like here. Like here, you know.
We wait till the 25th.
25th. No. And then the 25th, we just eat leftovers, literally.
Okay.
So it's the bacalao.
And nurse your hangover from the tequila.
And the rompope and the ponche. Oh, but that's another traditional thing. But it's the drink, right? No, we talk about ponche.
You
we
didn't
have
bring the
tradition.
ponche?
We have. No, guess why?
Because you finish it?
No, man, because I can go to Chetumal to get the ingredients.
Okay.
But for next year.
You'll have it later.
We'll have it later. And then it's romeritos, which is
what is
a
romeritos?
plant, another plant. We eat all kind of plants. And you do it in mole, and they put these dry shrimp cakes. It's really nice. It's very unique flavor. Not everybody likes it.
Okay.
So it's like the dumplings or like for the sere that you put the balls, the plantains like that. But this is dry shrimp balls.
Okay.
You put it in there. It's a mole sauce and this plant. It's called romeritos, and it's really good.
Okay.
Of course, the salad has to have apple and pineapple, raisins, a very sweet salad, and that's it. The most of the stuff, and the ponche.
Okay.
Ponche is just.
She keeps on teasing us.
I know.
Yeah,
boiled fruits with the dark sugar and piloncillo, the one that's the hard one, the molasses, but the real one.
I don't remember the name of that thing.
And rum. And rum.
Okay.
And tequila.
That sounds like a punch indeed, right?
Exactly.
When we say punch in Spanish.
Rosquilla, Rosquilla, the hard sugar. I don't even remember.
Piloncillo.
This one, I do believe, we've done treats so far. This is our third one. We're tour to Mexico. What's
really
a good
like
Christmas dessert?
I really like that.
Pan de elote. If you love elote, you love corn in general, you're gonna love this because this is just the perfect combination. Rompopo and corn. So
No, because I'm thinking about the ingredients. No, in terms of the cans, is it the small ones? Like
the bigger one. The
bigger
size.
cans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So two of those.
Two of those.
All right.
Great.
Well, thank you so much for a tour of Mexican treats.
Thanks for having me.
It was nice. Really and truly appreciated everything you've done for us so far.
Thank
You've
you.
given us from tacos to tequila to todos.
Aquí estamos.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to see you again sometime soon. That much I know.
Anytime. I'm right here. Sure.
All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have reps from the Belize City Council in. I'll tell you what, they've got some treats as well. Now, what kind of treat? We're talking about, your property tax, man. We need to get it done, and they'll be telling us how to do it. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Missionary Henry C. Morrison and his wife spent 40 years serving the Lord in Africa. On their way home, they wondered if anyone would remember them and be there to welcome them home. When their boat landed at the New York harbor, there were thousands of people there with signs reading, Welcome home. The bands were playing, the people were cheering, and as the ship docked, the red carpet was rolled out. Little did they know that President Teddy Roosevelt of the United States was also on that ship returning from one of his big game hunting expeditions in Africa. Soon the president and his wife and others disembarked from the ship, and by the time they disembarked, the crowd had dissipated and there was no one there to greet them. Being heavy-hearted, they checked into a cheap hotel for the night, and Henry Morrison said to his wife, Honey, I just don't get it. 40 years you and I poured out our lives for the Lord, and yet we come home and not a single soul cares enough to welcome us home. This man returns from a hunting trip and everybody is there to make over him. Later that night, as Henry Morrison was pouring his heart out in prayer to God, God seemed to say, But Henry, you're not home yet. So dear friend, when life seems to be so unfair and ungrateful, just remember, you're not home yet. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
It's a fact that your credit lasts longer when using Smart.
During these times, we're all trying to find ways to cut costs and save the little resources we have. With Smart, it's easy to do that. It's a fact that with Smart, your credit lasts longer. You can call Smart to Smart and Smart to Digi using your promo credit, while with the other guy, you can only call on-net, Digi, or BTL numbers. What does this mean? You get to call any national number using your promo credit. Your promo credit is free, so that call is also free. Know your facts. Don't be tricked by the other guy. Be smart and save your dollars.
It's holiday season 2050, and the hottest trend is microplastics. For over a century, our ancestors have neglected the oceans. As a result, every food cycle on land and sea has been saturated with microplastics. And at Plastico, your trusted source for great meals, we pride ourselves on providing only the best in microplastics.
Just like Mom used to make it.
Wasn't your Plastico turkey delicious?
So tender.
It goes great with plastic soda.
You heard it, folks. Plastico turkey, your best and only option this Christmas.
We eat what we throw away. It all goes back into the oceans and then back to us as microplastics in everything we eat. Call for a strong single-use plastic ban in Belize. Our future depends on it.
Imagine going through your entire day without the burden and risk of carrying cash on you. Belize's shift to digital wallets has begun. With eCash, we can now skip the cash when collecting money or paying for our essentials, all while using a fast, easy, and secure platform. Simply add funds to your wallet via bank transfer or at an agent, and you're good to go. You will be able to make quick, easy payments simply by scanning QR codes. And best of all, it all happens just like that. Payments are as easy as clicking a link online or scanning a QR code. Download the eCash app from the Google Play and Apple App Store today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. The future is here with eCash. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257 to find out more.
Like other vaccines, the COVID-19 vaccines being developed have been through the same trial phases and rigorous process required for all vaccines. Global efforts on the development of the vaccines are built on existing research from previous coronaviruses like MERS and SARS-1. As COVID-19 vaccines are approved for their broad use in the population, be reassured that they will continue to be monitored to identify any adverse events. Your safety is our top priority. Vaccines bring us closer.
And welcome back. We're moving now into our third and final segment for the morning. And this one, of course, you might want to listen up to. Now we've got in with us reps from the Belize City Council, as we'll be discussing now some incentive packages for residents for the upcoming property tax payment. Troy Smith, there with you. Troy Smith. Now he's evaluation manager at the Belize City Council, and of course we've got Frank Thompson, another good friend of mine, revenue manager, Belize City Council. Guys, good morning.
Morning.
Welcome.
Morning. Thanks.
Well, it sounds streetish, the fact that, incentives to make sure we get these property tax dealt with. Let's talk about that in terms of where we stand when it comes to property tax, especially in Belize City.
Well, let me first say good morning, Belize. Before we say property tax, we are in the season of the trade license as we are coming to the close of that this month. And so we want to remind business owners to take advantage of paying your trade license before the 31st of December, because thereafter, a 10% will be added to your bill, which we don't want that to happen, because this is the period where the trade license, as you may be aware, that they have put back the trade license reform until April 1st.
That's right.
So what we are doing now, we do data cleansing, we do the consultation process,
Yeah.
we're getting everything together, the law to get in place, so you got a grandfather income April 1st for new business. The existing bill will come into 2023. And so what we are doing right now at the council, we are doing all the cleanup. We already did one first publication Zoom, and so that's very good, the consultation, and we have 3 more to go before March 31st.
This has been on the table for a long time.
Yeah, some years plus. There's a lot of work that have been done. And so we just want to remind them to come in, and the bills are already out. We print bills earlier this year, so we give advance notice to the business owner. And so that's one of the things that we,
because I know one of the first things people are saying is, hold on. You're chasing people for trade license, but look at what happened last year and this year. Some businesses were barely able to stay open. What type of accommodation do you make if people have that kind of case?
What the board did for 2021, because we realized a lot of businesses have suffered and take a hard hit due to the pandemic, we have given some incentive. Prior to 2022, it was a 25% we gave to business owners, like tour operators, where for quite a while there was no kind of operation done. The trade license will give a huge amount of incentive to them. We consider the penalties for them. And so we work with all these different sectors of the business community, and to get that ease for 2021. We see things picking up slowly, so we are not there yet, but we're getting there. And so for 2022, we have not considered any incentive package for trade license, because we have done much in 2021 for the existing business. So we're getting there.
And let's just talk about the incentives itself.
Which one?
For trade license.
Yeah. Well, the trade license...
So it's a pay early.
No. By law, we do not give incentive on trade, because one can argue that trade is a fee or a tax, whatever you want to concern. So trade is automatic. The reason you pay trade is for the operation of your business. All right? And that money go to the consolidation fund, to the council, and do other essential services. So the trade license are automatic tax to your business, that if you don't pay, you can't operate. So you can get all the different, like BTB. For the tour operator to operate, BTB requests or require that a trade license must be given before they grant the operation license. So so the different business sector to work together so as to bring the compliance that need to different agencies and business houses.
Now there's a very touchy situation. I know it's something that across the globe people are struggling with. It's online businesses that have popped up. And we welcome entrepreneurship. We celebrate people. But very often you have business owners. We've had a few here who said, you know, I want them to survive, but then how fair is it that I have to pay trade license and they don't?
That's why the reform will take all that, have already taken that into consideration. We have on our tax net about 2,600 business went out in the community, about 5,000 business out here. And what we look at as we do our data analysis is a huge amount of online business, virtual business to come now, and they're not on the tax net. With the reform, the 6th schedule will answer that, because now everybody that have a business virtual or online, the 6th schedule make it much easier to apply for a license than the present reform and present regime that we have, because to get one business license, you have to register, you have to go to company registry, you have to go to public health, and the ease of doing business concept is to have a council have a help desk, that when you walk to the council, all these things get easy for you, and we link with the different agency, company registry, fire. It depends on the type of license that you apply, have different type of requirements that you need before a license be granted. But the 6th schedule will outline the different types of fees. So, you see, the issue with the reform that will help the council get more revenue It's not about more revenue.
Yeah.
It's to create more activity in your community. More encourage business is the transparency and accountability. Because presently the trade license determined by a board. And the new reform determined by law, it will set the schedule.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're in a zone 1, which is a developing zone, the schedule already set, you could say, okay, zone 1, the price per square feet is $2 times this per annum, and then the rate set by law, 15%, you already determine your fee.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to the council and say, no, I'm can't wait. So if they give me a high bill or a low bill, no, that will get phased out eventually with the reform. And so
And the recalculation of the formula.
correct.
That's key.
That is the one that caused the delay, because the terminology, the data, the methodology that we use is look at the market and try to take the high to the
the
low.
right measure of how much business you're doing.
Yeah, and with the reform, you will determine your space, not us. So it gives you the power to determine your productive space.
Yeah.
Because now it's talk about productive footprint, while the present regime talk about in which the business carry on. So we charge you the whole space. When now the reform will change that, and eliminate a lot of dead space, like the waiting room, the corridor, the bathroom. They will be exempted now out of the actual square footage. One more thing with the reform, because we're not here to talk about reform, but since I'm hyped now, talk about these, cherry on that. The reform also, what it does to the business community, it creates room for growth. Presently, with this trade license regime, we charge you, if you put on an alteration tomorrow, we are coming for you, not in the bad sense, the good sense, because you have altered your business. With the reform, once you alter, it takes 3 years before they change in your fees.
Oh, so there's a set
so it gives you rooms to grow. So if you pay
So
dollar,
use the alteration before you charge
to
for
grow your business. Give some money for it. So there's a lot of good benefit with the reform. Of course, nothing perfect. We will get in there.
Understood.
And the tweeting will go along as we go along. We're trying to get, because after you apply for a trade license under the new regime, all of what we do the policing. The councils do the policing, make sure everything's in order. The application process still there. And so, but it's give ease of doing business that you determine your space and grow your business as in a 3 year span, and in every year, which the law say the board may reassess. With the new law, they know may, it shall in 3 years. So there's no, there is no
predictability. And that's been needed for a while.
I think Chema, from the offset with the council, this is one of them. Main goal.
That's why we have to talk about it. We've had all angles of this conversation before, so it's good to get an update.
But from a technical point though, because we do all the groundwork, that is where the challenge came in, the issue of the methodology that you use, because you have consultants come from all over the world and they bring for them type of concept. But only you that are here understand the pain and how your country grows, and they give good ideas. And so we try to take that information and base use practice in other countries, the Caribbean, and see how, because I was doing a trade license for a lady from Trinidad, and when she came to city about 4 years ago, she were of the opinion that the trade license is already set by law. And when I explained to her no, she said, wow. So you guys behind. Because in the Trinidad, as I walk into the council, I don't know my fee.
Wow.
She have to wait to go to a board, the process. So I like the whole idea of the reform, because it also gives us less headache at the council, and more transparent, more predictable, and then it's revenue neutral, because in the day it's not about making a profit. It's just try to ensure that everybody paid a fair share.
And
to the kitty. So the council could provide.
Revenue,
there we go.
Around the city.
There we go.
Space
There we
for
go.
productivity. I mean, we know that no work. The Tarkus vendor could use as much space as one lawyer.
What we find, and quickly cut time, you have a virtual business make $1 million for the year, and a warehouse make only 100,000.
Wow.
So it don't make the space full, it's not the space.
It's not the
type
space.
of business that operate.
That's right.
And the tracing does not based on your income.
Okay.
It's based on your space.
That's it.
And your rent.
All right.
And so people say, hey, better do virtual. Why rent a big building, have to pay rent, have to pay utility?
People in a smaller space.
Online and thing done.
That's what this is what they're moving to.
All right, so we get the scoop on what's coming.
So
now we could talk about what
but
you
I will
think
ask
you're
Mr.
saying.
Thompson to give you the good news.
Yeah.
All right.
There is good news. The lights have been
Great
restored at the
point.
overpass.
Oh, yes, man's joy.
Oh my goodness, that thing irked me. Anyways.
I think, hold on. Make me just take a moment because kudos
Oh my God.
to the team on that. Beautiful. I think it should stay up year round.
Yeah.
And I think every single person I talked to yesterday were completely upset that they tried to vandalize those lights.
Another one like that's so much like my gosh. But anyways, Frank have the good news. You like Frank too. So Frank, what's the good news, my brother?
Well, the good news is that for the coming year, for the taxes for 2022, we're offering an early payment discount. And there are actually two packages.
Okay.
One is for early payment and one is for arrears.
Okay.
So for the early payment, you pay in December the rest of December and January, you get 15% discount.
Sweet.
If you pay in February, we offer you 10%, and in March, we offer you 5%. The senior citizens, they get their 25% discount all year. So whenever they can afford to pay, they can get their discount 25% off their taxes.
Wow. Wow. Yes. And then, of course, we know that in the city, it's shared. It's shared to a certain extent in terms of what your property tax will be. I know in Driftwood be a different price from Belama. Let's explain those so people can understand what these things are.
Well, not to try to get too technical, I want to simplify the whole legal process and technical process. The law provides that when it comes to occupied property, the tax is based on the rental value and the rate set by the council, which is the past rate was 9%. So once you have a building, even if you don't rent it, you got a rental value. Everything got a value.
Yeah.
You might not train to determine what's my value. I would say 500 when it might worth 200 or vice versa.
Okay.
So what we do when a person for different locations got different rates per square foot and different rental value. For example, a house in Port, same house, same cost of market value, $100,000 house in Port and one in Kings Park. Same value. In Port, it pay less. Why less? They're the same value. The location, the infrastructure, all right? The community, because density, high density, low density. Kings Park give them a different ambience of seeing the type of structure in that location is high value. But it's simplified by rental value, price per square foot.
Okay.
And then you tag the rate. When it's become unoccupied, this is the market value of the land. What's the property worth in the open market? It is 2%, not 9%. 2, because the last year cannot exceed 2%. And that's why we're here today, because every 5 years, there's a reassessment by law of the entire city. We call it the quinquennial process. And we are in the quinquennial process come next year, 2022. So tax should have been adjusted. Adjusting only mean goes up, it also mean goes down. Because over the years, house depreciate, all right?
And so people in Spark would argue that even with the amount of stores, that makes it challenging to rent in some areas. And it's not the same it used to. While I know some of the people in Buttonwood Bay who used to feel like they were back a bush long time, now it's a very busy and bustling place.
It's a change, So, so what we did, instead of the council, after much deliberation and consideration, and look at the economic impact of the pandemic, we defer the quinquennial. Because it'll be more burden on the taxpayers to pay right now. Because the rental, and you might go downtown as much 10 by 10 space. You might pay $1,000 a month. Because the location. So what we did, after much pain of going through the figures, say we will not adjust the taxes for the next 5 years. What we'll do, because the law gave the council the authority to change the rate. The rate can be 12.5% is the highest. We are at 9 for the past 20 years. 9%. So because of the situation, the economic crisis, we decided to just instead of adjust the tax by 34% on a mass valuation, we're going to add 1% rate. So we replace it by 10% now. So you will see a change in your tax by 1% adjusted. But the incentive have set it back. So you still get a relief back as we go along. Because if we implement that quinquennial, it may be a serious impact on the property owners. And so that's why we decide to try to figure out, and never yet in the history of the council have we, this is the longest incentive package.
Usually it's a shorter period.
Shorter period.
2 months we give the incentive.
So from December 28th, Monday we gone, 15% kicking up to March 31st.
Wow.
All right? And so we look at all those things because we don't want to make the property owner feel, you burden me. But at the same time, the law gives the council certain mandate every 5 years. All right? And so we decide to do that with enough consideration.
And of course, it is important because there is a level of delinquency. Some people just don't pay.
So and then in addressing the delinquency, we offered a second package. And that is, we offered 50% of the penalties that are charged will be waived if you settle from now until March.
Good.
Right? So we're encouraging to update. I mean, it's a good savings if you have been delinquent for an extended period.
No, I mean, imagine someone who misses just 1 year because they couldn't, and then you get overwhelmed. You think of the penalties that have accrued and the new payment for tax you might never go back to pay.
And it's not about reward delinquency, because some people say, but why I pay early? No, it's about trying to ensure that people have the opportunity and the council provide the actual service to say, hey, what, this is the time. Because imagine you have arrears and you go into a new area, you have a 50% concession on the penalties and a 15% on the current. That's a good incentive.
That's a good incentive.
That's a good incentive for and not because you don't want to pay, maybe other expense came up in your family, in your life. Things happen, unforeseen expense. And so the council create that opportunity to everyone to take advantage. Because as you go along, the law gives the council the power to do certain things to exercise the right to get the tax in.
Of course.
We don't want to be hard and fast. The mayor talk about the 3E. All right, you engage, then educate. Then you don't have to enforce. I see what the council, when we do assessment, new assessment, and you communicate, engage with the property owner and explain how the tax work, there's no need for enforce.
That's true.
You get full compliance.
That's true.
So let's come back to some of the incentives, property tax. Is it for full payment by March? Because I know some people ask for
full
payment
installments.
plans and installments.
We do offer installments, but the incentive does not apply.
Okay.
If
So you pay
you pay in full,
and you get the discount.
If
you're doing incentives, no.
No, if you do it installments.
Between now, since Monday and up to January 31st, you get 15%. From January, February to March?
To the end of February.
To the end of February,
10%. And March, you get 5%.
Okay.
And senior citizen discount, also really important, but that means the property has to be in the name of the senior
and the
citizen.
senior has to reside on that property.
And you have to live at a house,
Because some of them have multiple properties, they don't get all the properties, only the one that they reside.
So the good thing with the 50%, let's go out from December 28th to 31st of March. The imperatives that go straight through
Well, 3 months.
3 months.
3.5 months.
So you get time to start to make some money.
How you're going to take care of it.
Right? So, and this is the first time we're doing.
And again, people must know that the council actually provide you with the incentive of giving you planned how to pay, so you can meet your payments.
And then there are avenues to pay. You can pay online.
You could pay online?
Yes, sir. You go to council there, sir. Can't find parking, you can pay online. Just less your discount and pay online.
Which bank? Which bank?
Atlantic Bank.
Online. Only Atlantic Bank?
Only Atlantic Bank at this time.
We try to get other banks online.
Okay then.
So
All right, you know what? New things every day.
There you
It's
go.
not, it not be ease of doing business, ease of parking.
Check this out.
Well, I know, right? Because the parking meters now, I don't know.
I see it, Troy. I swear, you know. Indeed.
So,
all right.
So we really want to bring this to the general public, man. I mean, take advantage, right?
One more question for me. In terms of, okay, if I need to go in to make those payments, where do I go? I'll give a good example. Yesterday, I had to go and pay a traffic ticket, right?
Yeah.
No, I was wondering in my mind, yes, man, and I'm being honest here, you know. I was wondering in my mind, where should I go? Should I go on Youth for the Future Drive? Should I go at the old City Council building? Should I go on North Front Street upstairs at the other building? Where should I go to pay my property tax if I am not able to do it online?
You can go to the main office at Regent Street, the old commercial center. That's the new City Hall.
Ah, see, there you go, another spot.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where you pay your property tax.
Yes.
And then I want to add one more thing. If you
That's
cannot,
right,
if you don't have no vehicle,
Huh.
all right, you could call Mr. Thompson. He will send an agent to your house, knocking at your door, and give you a receipt in your hand.
There and then.
Yes,
right
sir.
there.
Mm.
But I think the council, as we go along, is looking at that. That's a very good question because integrate the different departments like traffic, municipal court, and the main office.
All
When you go, you
spot.
can still pay there, you pay traffic there. But we're working on that system as you speak because we're trying to integrate the whole system as one. Because you don't need traffic already.
Yeah.
Why couldn't pay? Why have to left from there? Go way to City Hall.
Yeah.
I don't hear already. This is the council.
Yeah.
We're working on that. Those things takes money. Takes money, and hence we say we're here.
We need to try if you want to give me 5 minutes. I'm telling you the truth.
Hold on. Even more people who watch home and say, but my street.
Well, I want to push and come because for the council to provide the essential services, we must, it runs not on water, it runs on money.
Yeah.
And so once you contribute, what we did other day, and we look at one street. The street have some potholes and the drain not clean account to the public. So we asked her, are you paying tax? No. But this is the same one that call the tax shows, blast the council, but they're not contributing to the development of the city. And what we are finding at one street, 2% people to pay on the street.
Yeah.
And you find the council still maintain. Out of which tax? That. Not your tax. And so we ask that for you to get essential services, because that money, that dollar that you pay the council, goes to many different sources. 1, traffic management. 2, beautification. 3, parks and playground. 4, maintenance street. 5, garbage. Can dollar do all that? No. You need to pay your part. And so many times, us as a business, we want the service, but don't want to contribute to the service. And so, and that's why we are here to try to, because we have a huge amount of arrears on the
I was about to ask that. What's
huge
the status
amount.
of the arrears?
And for many reasons, we know what is our real problem.
Yeah.
Let me give you a couple of one, the issue of the land data. Property owner name are not actually 100% correct on the tax roll. Because people believe that city council land supposed to net. We are just doing that now. We just engage already to them. We put a ring on their finger because we want to engage, because we want to marry them. So along with divorce, you understand? so what we are doing, we had some meeting recently with the Ministry of Lands to look at all these concerns here, because when we look at our tax arrears, it's not moving, it's stagnant. And when we start to examine why we raise the issue of ownership, not correct, deceased, there's nobody know that when a person deceased, the tax not dead, people dead, but tax does not die. Tax still alive because the tax is not on you, it's on the property.
It's on the property.
You and dead, that will be there.
I remember.
And so we find the estate, process people, parents dead, they don't know if you do. So that's the name of years, nobody pay the tax. You have to do the probate or the grant of administration. People don't know that. People have lease. They believe that having a lease, you should not pay to the council to get the title. When the law said no, when you become a leaseholder, you should pay property tax and land tax. So that's the name us a little about of the issue. So we are doing a data cleansing with the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Government, administration. So this council is the first council I saw is looking at the tax system itself and try to clear up and try to bring down the arrears as
So you
we
answer
can.
my question though.
Yes.
What's the status of the arrears? How much you have outstanding?
Outstanding, would say like 30%. And accumulated, it would be like 20 million.
Wow.
Yes.
And you're hoping that this incentive structure, especially the 50% off penalty charges, is going to give people motivation to be able to pay up.
And then once the tax is paid,
And for those, and you know what I like about your formula? Sometimes they forget the people who are actually good at paying their bills.
Yeah.
And so those who are good at paying the bills, if they pay in full early enough, they get a bigger discount up to March. And as each month goes by, it's a little bit less, but there still is a discount involved.
A P&O.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great time having a chit chat with you. Like I said, next game, if you want to try. Troy and Frank, we're so grateful that you guys could have joined us this morning. We understand now why you should pay your taxes and your property tax. And of course, the mere fact that if you paid between now and March, you're all right. You know, you're going to get some discount there. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So we're going to take our final break.
So you guys ready to do some sambai and
buckdom?
We got cake over there.
We got cake, we got everything. And we can replay it again.
You see how you don't want people to escape tax? You can escape
We're going to take our final break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping things up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Over the years, our relationship with BEL has been an excellent one. BEL speaks of its passion of giving back, and certainly BEL has shown HelpAge and the older persons of Belize that they care. 2021, we are experiencing, I must say, joy. Why joy? Our older persons are receiving Christmas hampers. HelpAge want to say to BEL, thank you, thank you, thank you for giving back to Belize and more importantly, to the older persons of this country.
This holiday season, simplify your shopping list and gift a Samsung Galaxy. Whether you're looking for a device for your bestie or your in-law, there is a Galaxy for everyone on your list. Enjoy the affordable awesomeness that the A-Series lineup offers and get 1-year local warranty only when you purchase from authorized Samsung resellers. Get a chance to win up to $10,000 in prizes when you shop any Galaxy A-Series phones or tablets this Christmas. Capture the laughter, share the joy, gift a Galaxy, and make it a Samsung Christmas.
Hey son, how was your first day at sixth form?
Really cool. It was great to see my friends and I really love my teachers.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm sorry I wasn't there for your first day, but I'll be back from Corozal next week.
It's okay, Dad. I can't wait to see you. Oh, and please remember, I still have some books I need to purchase.
Ah, yes. Let me e-cash you that right now. Money has been sent. I add a little extra cash just for you.
Whoa, Dad. Thanks. Got it.
You're welcome, sir.
Download the eCash app today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257. eCash, the future is here.
When something is good and you can save, that makes it even better. Like this guy, he buys Flex bundles using his promo credit. No worries when his primary credit is finished. He gets talk, text, and data for free. Or her, she calls her family internationally with her promo credit. And with data packages so affordable, she even does video calls. Smart continues to offer great deals and affordable promotions. As a small business owner, she saves when she uses her promo credit to call the other guys. All Smart customers enjoy more triple days and knowing they can use their promo credit, which just lasts longer. Smart, bringing people together.
And we're back.
Just like that, we have come to the end of our show for today. We'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who joined us today. We started the conversation with a reflection of the Belizean homegrown, a true Belizean, true Creole. May she rest in peace, the late Myrna Manzanares. Her funeral is going to be sometime next week.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll be announcing that to you as well. And it was a great time reflecting on her and how she provided us with laughter and love and everything possible, Miss Myrna Manzanares.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do thank Emmett and Marilyn for coming in. I know that it's still very fresh for them.
Yeah.
It was tough to be able to get through to the conversation, but just I think it's important.
Yeah.
She said something early on that we must celebrate people when they're still alive. I think we did our best to make sure that Myrna knew that we appreciated her and the work that she was doing. But it's a good reminder as we head into a new year that we make sure we herald our own heroes while they're still alive.
Marlene will be celebrating her life for the rest of our lives. She'll be a Belizean icon. She'll be celebrated, and I'm so thankful. And I know that. I know
is
that.
really get that traditional children's game. And, I do encourage people. Ms. Myrna wrote a great book on traditional Belizean children's game. Get it with your kids. A lot of them are home. We know that you are tired of them being on their tablet, but that's all they want, right?
Oh, my goodness.
That's all they want. But if you teach them some of these games that we grew up playing, that's a great bonding experience for the Christmas. I don't know where the book is available right now, but I know, I remember when she launched it a while back, and it really is fun to read them. Because those are the things that we grew up with.
I think maybe at the Belize Image Factory you could find some stuff on her.
She also has some storytelling books for children. So show your appreciation in that way. And that's going to be a great way to build some memories with your loved ones.
That's right.
You can also cook in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And try our new recipe.
That recipe was
can try that one.
awesome.
I think that one
I want to try.
Yeah.
That's why I pay keen attention to the ingredients. And I asked questions afterwards because that was great. But we're so thankful to
I want
Mariana.
a sample. I've already said that if you're going to make it, right?
Yeah, Mariana, thank you. Gracias. She taught us the right way to celebrate a Mexican Christmas. We've been doing this throughout the week, right?
With rompope.
Yes, con rompope. That's a tough word to say eventually. Rompope.
Yeah, just stop trying.
Just try it. And thank you so very much. And of course, a big thank you to the Belize City Council reps. These guys, there was so much fun sitting down with Troy and Frank. They've got their incentives going on. They're saying that here in the Belize City Council, you pay your property tax. There are incentives. What are they? You pay between today or started this past Monday to the end of January. You pay 15% of what you owe. All right. And from there, end of February, there's 10%, and from there up until the end of March, it's about 5%. So make sure that you pay your taxes. We've got to go. Without you, this is not possible. Thank you so very much. You actually wake up and open your eyes and start in the morning right with us. Questions, concerns, right there. Check it out right there. You link us up right there. All right, oye@channel5belize.com.
Right. And remember, you can find us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ and Instagram at OYE Belize. Remember to tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right, and as per usual, keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open. We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day, Belize.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.